September 7th, 10 o'clock a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 1. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call your first witness, our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hand, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. And the floor plans have been added to the court record. The murder scene, the Fey and Co. offices. Now, Detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence. She did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Alright, here we go. Maya Fey's arrest. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say? Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Hey! Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked a lot of times. I should have expected Maya to know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Alright. So, yeah, I believe I explained this in the first case of the game that we will be seeing this where pressing will have a bigger use. So, yeah. So I guess I can finally say my intro. Hello, everybody. Hey, Mario Sunshine here, and we're beginning day 1 of our second episode. With our first case, we're really, Mia backing us up, really, so we're basically on our own for the first time. So, we can press, obviously. Who did you say you got the call from? Hey, pal, don't play dumb, you know who. The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel, right across from the crime scene. Okay, I pressed. Not sure if it did much, though. Right, please continue. So yeah, not everything will lead to some sort of contradiction, but pressing the correct one, we could potentially get it. Are you absolutely sure it was us? Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With her funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you two stand out like suspicious people at a scene of a crime. Well, he does have a point about her. She is pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little more care. Alright, let's see on this one. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? Yeah, I heard you say that. You did say that. You did say that. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes! Gah! Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Hard evidence. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results show that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor? Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know, I'm embarrassed. I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Alright, so Gumshoe, knowing his character, yeah, he is a big oaf. He will be pretty easy to spot any contradictions in what he's saying. So let's press on this, actually. Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. Oh, then who did write it, Mr. Smarty Pants? Who? I did. It could have been me. Okay, I never actually seen this one before, so... What? So it was you! No, I'm just saying it could have been me. Can you prove it wasn't? Hold on. So, you admit to this? You admit that you wrote that in the note? Listen to me, Mr. Wright. This is a court of law, and I expect you to refrain from making thoughtless statements. Amateur. Well, Detective, tell us what was written on the memo you found. On it said the word Maya. It was written clearly in blood. Do you have proof it was Mia who wrote that? Of course I do, pal. Uh-oh. You sounded pretty confident. This might not be good. Lab test results show that the blood was the victim's. What kind of tests were these again? Huh? What kind? Well, I hear they take the, little bits of blood and the, her hemoglobin? Hobgob? Hemoglobin? I refuse to testify on that matter, pal. I'm no expert on blood tests. Yes, that was quite clear. You may continue with your testimony. Thanks, pal. I mean, Your Honor, sir. Detective Gumshoe? Yeah? I look forward to your next evaluation, as should you. Uh-oh. That was a mess. Right! Where was I? Also, there was blood found on the victim's fingertips. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Now, if I recall correctly, we have the autopsy report that says that death was instantaneously. So, there we go. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want to clarify for me here. I want you to clarify for me here. You say that a victim, Maya Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey? That's really what you're saying? What? Isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You will have it backwards, detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But no butting your way out of this one, detective. Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being that autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy report was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? I just like to throw crap at Gumshoe. I also do want to say something back at Edgeworth, because, you know... you know what? Let's go with Edgeworth here. Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have had to request a second autopsy report? Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution. No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. The autopsy report updated in the court record. Died from a blow by a blunt object, may have lived for a few minutes after being hit. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? I don't think she's court attire appropriate. Witness, your name, please.
April May, at your service.
I was almost gonna make the sound effect for the wink. Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking.
Aw, yes, Your Honor.
This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th, when the murder occurred?
Gee, I was, in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from the Fey & Co. law offices?
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw. Witness account.
It was 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was a mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and then ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman hit with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy.
Well, Your Honor, I see. It is remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any. But wait, Your Honor! Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Maya Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey! How dare you! Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? We will. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination, if only because I have the feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weaknesses. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. Alright, time to take this, Miss May apart. Why did you do that?
Huh? Why? What? Why what?
Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something?
Oh, well, gee.
What? That's it? She can't get out of this question that easily.
I sort of,
Oh boy.
I had a feeling.
Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one. I say go for it. Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely you must have had a reason to look out your window at that time of night.
Ooh.
Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness. Badgering? You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. Yeah, stop him! The poor girl. Order. Mr. Wright, you have been warned. Poor girl? What about poor me? You looked out the window. What did you see next? So yeah, April May has the eyes of the not audience, but the jury on. I guess is it a jury? I mean, technically the judge is making the call, so there is no jury. But I guess it's just like the people just witnessing it. I guess the court case. I don't know. So yeah, one thing I don't get though is that they haven't mentioned a potential motive yet. I actually don't remember if it's actually ever mentioned in this case, so I don't know. How do you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Well, she had a girly physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay?
There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. He's right. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks! What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that... Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this?
Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless about this. I mean...
Okay, if you had really witnessed my client Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like that on a daily basis except her. I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus.
But...
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you have to say to that, Miss May?
Rawr! What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise.
Your testimony again, if you would. Man, that judge has, like... I was trying to think of, like, what... Has a heart of steel? Or cold heart? I don't know. Like, he's just not affected by her charm. Damn, I almost had her. Alright, witness account.
I did see everything, I did! The victim, the woman dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with the weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock. The statuey clock. The thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? Teehee.
I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. Yeah, he's basically unaffected by her, two, prized possessions that she uses to hypnotize everybody. Is that right as in your right, as you looked from the hotel?
Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Right! It was my right hand, right?
Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue.
The girl in the hippie clothes ran after her.
How convenient for you to remember her hippie clothes.
That's what she was wearing. Oh, and her hair was all done up like in a bun.
What happened then? Alright, I think we know something here. Clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently?
Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all.
No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now.
Objection!
Present that. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer?
You just said that this statue of the thinker was a clock, but there was no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order! Order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
Ooh!
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important to her. Wait, here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I caught murders with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Ooh, I was close. If he stopped me there, the trial would be over.
Huh? What? So what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's... because I heard it? Yes, I heard it. It said the time.
So, you've been to the law offices of Fey & Co.
No! Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. Hee hee.
The law offices of Fey & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could have easily heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... Actually, I do want to check real quick the court record, just in case this is going to be an ongoing thing. I guess it wasn't mentioned yet. Surprised the bellboy's on here. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. That clock is missing its clockwork. Oh, wait. I think I might have clicked on the wrong thing. How could you be possibly... Just take a look right now. Oh! See anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. The clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar. Fat! Well, Miss May? Tisk tisk. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Oh, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is... I believe... Hold on. Clock isn't talking right now. Yeah, the conversation on the phone. I don't think it would be anything else. So, take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone.
Ooh, you have a girly phone.
Well, wait. This isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order! The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it? The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. So, you want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take out take the clock right out. Sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded, which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that the weapon was a clock?
Well, isn't it obvious? I saw the clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot.
So the witness had seen it before. That wouldn't make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright? Yeah, very clearly. The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness has not seen the clock before. And it is likely the thinker itself. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible! Everything is sold in stores.
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuses are not on sale today? What a horrifying jiggle.
What's it up to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die!
Damn, she's going hardcore. Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
So silly me. Did I, lose it? Lose it? I guess I did. Teehee.
Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because the witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard? That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. And indeed we do, because the wiretap found in Miss May's hotel. So yeah, we were able to finally get it. Let's show it to her and take that, indeed. Have a look at this.
Oh!
I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Maya Fey's phone, were you not? Oh. Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it is not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. The proof the victim said on the phone with the weapon was a clock. Check this. Victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock. Yeah, I think we have to present Maya's phone again. I think. I could very much be wrong, though. I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on for me. Again? What is it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like the statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used the wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Hi. Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. La. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May! Shut up, all of you! What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer! It's no fair, all of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, I'm the bad girl. Is that it? Is that it? That did it! The court's seen the real Miss April May right now. Now to deal the final blow. Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question! Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? This isn't tippity-tapping or irrelevant. Gah, she's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove that you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? Ha! I'd like to see her pull that off. Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking I'd like to see her pull... Oh my god, she... He knew exactly what she was saying. I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Damn, she's good. Well, you're not the first man who's thought that, and of course I can and will. You can't be serious. No way. Way, I say. Way. Oh, and I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 o'clock at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy. Room service? Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know? Like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have regular cold coffee. Iced coffee? Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. So, where does that leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's cell phone. However, this is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant Maya Fey commit murder. No, they're going to let her just walk away. There's no way I can win with this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. It's our choice. I think we'll call him the bellboy. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunk in quite low enough already. I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition? If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, you'll recognize that Miss April May was not the killer. Thus, she is innocent. And thereby, you must accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. What? Better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? Oh boy. I think we are going to unfortunately accept the condition. Alright, I've got nothing to lose, except for, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Uh-oh. Wait. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witnesses to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. The tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his his testimony. Very good, sir. Miss May's room service. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in the business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 o'clock in the evening for our guest Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be bought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. I bought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest Miss May herself. He's eyeing something. I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Right! I'm ready. I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished! Here we go. And the music is fast, too. This is the last thing. I guess a little bit of background on our, characters here. Edgeworth here is obviously going to be our antagonist throughout the game. And, Miss April May, yeah, she is definitely the seductive femme fatale that looks all cutesy, but is actually a vicious woman indeed. So, yeah, let's see. 8 o'clock in the evening. 9 o'clock on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed the details several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. 9 o'clock, the time of the murder. You are sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with, an embarrasser, sir. Oh boy. Embarrasser. Is that French for embarrass? It's French for kiss, sir, but not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by prim de manner, sir. I was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and just wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Tisk tisk. Finally you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, will you end this rather tedious cross-examination here? It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? Wait! Please wait! Yes, does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question, that's all. Okay, this is really it. Now, this is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Check-in. Let's ask about the check-in. Tell me about the check-in. Tell me about when you check in Miss May. Oh, all right. Very well, sir. My first thought was she was beautiful. A beautiful, beautiful person. She's just my type of girl, so it was a disappointment, really. I see. Excuse me, what exactly was a disappointment? Well, I am not without charm, sir, but even I have little chance with her lover there. What did he say? What did you say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person? I object! That was objectionable! Objection overruled! The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite. Indeed. It was the, good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention if I was specifically asked, sir. Oof! You fool! I've done it. I've won! Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man. Correct? Yes, sir. Then when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person? Simple. It was... the man who checked in with Miss May. Ooh. Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. But what a convenient little setup. But it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Who? Upstart, amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough! The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all for today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned. And just like that, we're able to save us a day for now. September 7th, 2:24 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 1.
Mr. Wright! You were amazing in there!
Really?
I think I might be your newest fan.
Oh, I was just doing my job, you know.
And again, that other attorney was pretty cool, too.
Huh?
That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips, it sent shivers up my spine.
If you say so.
So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now?
Well... No, I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I see.
At least we're able to make her smile at somewhat. But got a great lead in today's trial.
A lead?
That man with Miss May. He's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway? I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir! I'm going to find out more about this man. Do you think he was the one who... Maybe so. Sis... Don't worry. I'll find him by tomorrow. I promise. I'm counting on you. I asked for a full record of Miss May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow, but now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that she hasn't stricken from the record. The victim dodged an attack that then ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. Alright, so with that, we were able to extend the court for one more day. And next time on Ace Attorney, we will be investigating once more and seeing who exactly that man was. And we'll be uncovering it in the next episode. So love my videos, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe to my channel, appreciate it. Next time on Ace Attorney, we're going to be doing just that. So, we'll see you guys then.